Stadium, where this regular season, the largest ever, comes to an end with Super Bowl 56, but that's way down the road. I am Rich Eisen, Steve Mariucci, Kurt Warner, Michael Irvin.
Man, it's good
guys. Yes.
Here we go.
We start with a highlight. Yes, it's a highlight from Thursday night.
And we mean some
the kickoff.
highlight.
Yes, the Cowboys in Tampa. They raised the banner. They put it all over the place. And then it's same old, same old. Brady to Gronk. Cover zero right up the gut. Yes, I'm doing X's and O's and highlights. Spike it, Gronk. Spike it. Dak coming back. Dak coming back. And he had a spectacular game. Number 4 with 403 yards. Here he is on the 3rd and 4 going up top. Oh, what a game for Amari Cooper as well. Who had 13 catches, 139 yards, and 2 scores on the night. Fourth quarter we go. Tom Brady to Chris Godwin going in, except, fumbles the ball. Jordan Lewis picks it up.
Church's money on the ground.
Cowboys take possession with just 5 minutes to go. It's Dak's time. Jerry Jones saying, send Greg Zuerlein out. Oh, boys. And Zuerlein, right up the gut.
God.
Cowboys take the 1 point.
Too much time, Irv. Too much time.
But there's Tom Brady. We've seen this movie before. The calls are coming from within the house. That is Raymond James' back shoulder. Godwin. Oh, that's the of a guy who thinks it should be OPI. But it was not. Out comes Ryan Suckup. And he got it.
I didn't think that.
Game winner. The defending champs come from behind, and Mike McCarthy a gut punch, but the silver lining that Dak looked terrific, worth every penny of his $40 million plus a year salary. And Michael Irvin, I give you the floor on what we saw in Game 1 of the 2021 season.
We got moral victories in the NFL? Do we get moral victories
No, you
in
don't.
the NFL?
No, you don't. But,
Okay.
but that's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about right here is what we talked about going into Thursday night. We said we will get some information. Right now, week 1, everybody's sitting at home. They are waiting on information about their team. We got intel about the Dallas Cowboys. And the intel I got, man, that's why when you played the song, it was a great song that kicked off our show. Feeling good, like I should. You know what I'm saying? Feeling stressed, never blessed. After seeing that, that's how I felt. Man, hey, Rich, you're a wordsmith, but you slacked on those words in describing Dak Prescott's performance, coming off what Dak Prescott went through and all the circumstances and challenges that was facing Dak Prescott. I mean, listen, the way he performed, the way he performed was incredible. Rich, come on, Rich, that was incredible. One of the greatest performances after a major injury we've ever seen. The way he handled that offense. Kurt, your quarterback, Kurt, break it down and shower this man with his praise. Don't be trying to go over there with no, moral victories.
I'm just saying, you just said no moral victories, but it sounded like you described a moral victory.
I'm just talking about the intel
we got a moral
that we
victory,
got.
even though it wasn't a victory. But no, Dak played great.
The intel.
Every Cowboy fan is excited after what they saw, even though it didn't end up the way they wanted it to.
It was incredible.
Well, the Bucs fans are excited too, and so are the Cowboy fans. So
yeah,
let's
the
play
Bucs
some
won
ball
that game.
today.
They won the game. That's a good game.
Yes,
good game.
and
they look great too now. They look great.
Ooh, they did.
If only the next 271 regular season games could live up to what we just saw.
Yeah, it was great.
The largest regular season
It was
ever.
so good.
Steve Mariucci, as always.
God, we had him.
Sunday, turn the page, Irv. It's Sunday storylines time. What do you got?
Storylines. Well, we have a huge game in the AFC over there. It's kind of a rematch of a playoff game. Last year, the Cleveland Browns at Arrowhead Stadium, home of the Chiefs. And you know what? Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes, this is quite a little rivalry because Baker Mayfield in college at Oklahoma beat Patrick Mahomes at Texas Tech 66-59. I don't think the punters traveled to that game at all. But last year, Patrick Mahomes got him in the divisional round 22-17, a game he got hurt. So neither of these quarterbacks really finished the season off like they wanted to. They both ended with a loss. They want to get back on winning ways. They play first game today, Baker Mayfield against Patrick Mahomes. It ought to be a good one.
It should be a great one. And to get an idea of who these teams are going to be this year, we all know that in the NFL, it is tough to replace a legend. And we know that Tom Brady was a legend in New England. But what I've noticed over time is when somebody's been really, really good to you for a long time, when you're looking for their replacement, oftentimes you look for someone that is very similar to them. Yes. So I'm looking at Mac Jones. He looks a lot like a young Tom Brady. He plays a lot like a young Tom Brady.
Yes,
They're hoping that he has a little bit of the success that Tom Brady had in New England. But season 22 for Bill Belichick. I was surprised that he chose to go with a young quarterback, but that quarterback looks a lot like a guy that had success there, Irvin. And so I can't wait to watch the new era of New England football start today with Mac Jones, Bill Belichick, and this New England Patriots team.
Every time Mac Jones talk, man, I'm telling you, I'm trying to look back because it just feels like Belichick got one of those hands in his back and just, because he sounds just like Bill. I'm like, Bill must be somewhere. Let me tell you, speaking of genius, I think, at the coaching position, and Bill Belichick is that what we're about to watch Kyle Shanahan do with those quarterbacks, with Jimmy G and Trey Lance, I think it's going to be incredible to watch all year long. Now, this I find fascinating too, guys. Jared Goff got kicked out. Jared Goff has 42 wins since 2017. That's tied second most in the league. Still not good enough. Jimmy Garoppolo is 22-8 as a starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. They're saying still not good enough. We're getting other guys in here. And boy, that game is going to be incredible today. Watch how this man, Kyle Shanahan, use those dudes quarterbacks.
One last storyline as well, playing off of Dak's terrific performance on Thursday night, is he's the leader in the clubhouse, one game in the comeback player of the year. But today you got Christian McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley and Odell Beckham Jr. and Joe Burrow all expected to get out there today. So we're going to see more comebacks today in the 2021 kickoff on a Sunday. Jacksonville, Florida kicks everything off. The great Stacey Dales with our first report of 2021. Hello, Stacey.
Hello, Rich Eisen. Welcome to steamy Jacksonville, home for these Saints. Temporarily, unfortunately, they come in here today thin in their secondary. Marshawn Lattimore just last night downgraded to questionable with a knee injury. That's huge against the reigning MVP and Aaron Rodgers. As for Rodgers' defense, Zadarius Smith, their big-time pass rusher, he is questionable, highly questionable with a knee injury. Right now, we are going to go, a back injury, excuse me. We're going to go to Kansas City where we find Jeff Chadia.
Thank you, Stacey. And here in Kansas City, September is a great time of year. The Chiefs are 10-0 in this month with Patrick Mahomes as their starting quarterback. And Mahomes says it's because they know how to start fast, but he also understands the Cleveland Browns bring a very tough test in here. To beat that team, Mahomes says the Chiefs will have to be at their very best. And now we'll send it over to Aditi Kinkobala in Orchard Park, New York.
Jeff, the Bills returned 21 of 22 starters from a team that was in the AFC title game. They have a veritable MVP candidate in Josh Allen. But Bills fans haven't been able to witness this team in person and pack this stadium for 21 months. And so I sat in a traffic jam for half an hour outside of this stadium, less than half a mile, and wouldn't have gotten in if not for the Bills director of security. All because Bills Mafia is certainly ready for these Steelers. Now to Indianapolis and Tom Pelissero.
Aditi, less than 6 weeks after foot surgery, Carson Wentz makes his Colts debut today against Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. I spoke to Coach Frank Reich, who told me Wentz's foot is still sore. It doesn't feel 100%, but Reich said every indication is he's not limited in any way. Here's Mike Giardi in Foxborough.
Thank you, Tom. As Mac Jones gets ready for his first regular season start, he says he plans to be nervous, but that he can't play nervous. And part of getting that nervousness out, studying the playbook when he's at home and employing his girlfriend to do walkthroughs in the backyard to make sure he has everything down pat. Now let's go to Houston and James Palmer.
Well, thanks, Mike. The #1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence, makes his NFL debut today. I talked to a Jaguar source that says this morning Lawrence is calm, he is ready. Obviously, there are some nerves. His head coach, Urban Meyer, making his NFL debut, and I'm told he has driven his coaching staff mad with his preparation. He hasn't lost a season opener since 1993. Now let's go to Kim Jones in Landover.
Well, thanks so much, James. You know, Chargers rookie tackle Rashawn Slater did not give up a sack to Chase Young during their Big Ten battles. He'll see plenty of Young and Montez Sweat today and we'll all be watching. Now it is my absolute pleasure and honor to say welcome to Nashville.
Thanks, Kim. It's Julio time here in Nashville. The Titans believe Julio Jones can be the third piece in their big three with Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown. There's been questions about the chemistry between Ryan Tannehill and Julio because of limited on-field action. But Julio wasn't worried. They spent a lot of time this week working on their timing. And as he said, I just do what I do. Now off to Ian Rappaport.
Thanks, Cam. Big news for the New York Giants. Saquon Barkley, their star running back, has been fully cleared to play today. And of course, this has been a question throughout the entire offseason. Had a really good week, got the full clearance from his doctors and the Giants medical staff late on Friday. The issue here, though, especially if you have him in fantasy, he is expected to have a limited role, should play sparingly for the Giants. One player who is not going to play sparingly, Austin Eckler, the Charger star running back, popped up on the injury report this week with a hamstring injury. Didn't practice Wednesday or Thursday, was some cause for concern. I was told it was precautionary. He should be full go today versus the Washington football team. And then, of course, all eyes on Odell Beckham Jr. coming back from a torn ACL. He's listed as questionable. They're a little bit cagey in Cleveland this week. I am told, assuming warm-ups go well and he feels good, expect Odell Beckham to play today, Rich, without limitations.
All right, Ian Rappaport and everybody else, thanks so much. This season, Lowe's is recruiting new players to join the Lowe's home team from now until December. Lowe's is providing 4 chances to join General Manager Drew Brees by completing a home improvement challenge. The first quarter challenge is live. Fans should share their home tailgating setup at Lowe's.com/hometeam for a chance to join the Lowe's home team and to win great prizes like a limited edition jersey or tickets to the Super Bowl. Follow the action all season with hashtag Lowe's home team. Okay, we're already getting some tweets. People love the knuckles. They love the knuckles. And Irv, I got to be honest with you. I have lost rundown viewing privileges at ESPN about 18 years ago. I'm assuming